Hi everyone, in this video I am going to share why is it very important for you to stay away from your home at least for some part of your life. Why is it important to stay away from your parents so that you can become independent and take your decisions on your own, and why is it very important to stay out of your comfort zone so that you can also grow as a person in your life. So I'm going to share my entire experience of moving out of my comfort zone, moving to Mumbai in 2017, and what my entire experience has been. So first of all, keep this quote in your mind: growth is inversely proportional to comfort zone. The more you stay in your comfort zone, lesser is the growth, and therefore you need to move out of your comfort zone in order to grow as a person. You wouldn't get to know the cruel world which is there if you don't step outside your shell, and if you're just going to stay inside your shell, you are just going to be shown the artificial side of the world. And it's very important to see the other side of the world as well, where you get to learn a lot of things from different kind of people, because you're going to meet n number of people and they all are going to be different in some or the other sense. Some of the people might take advantage of you, some of the other people might be helpful to you, and some of them might just come and go in your life because of some work purpose which is transactional or professional nature. So there are these type of people you're going to meet, and therefore it's important to keep learning some or the other things from them, because a lot of people are going to teach a lot of lessons to you. When I first moved in RVG hostel in 2017 in Mumbai, I think that was one of the challenging phases in the first week itself, because I was staying in my home in Nasik with an air condition, with a proper bed and with a proper blanket, etc. And when I moved to RVG in Mumbai, all of you know the heat which is there in Mumbai. I moved in April 2017 during summers itself, when the temperature used to be 41 to 45 degrees Celsius. There was no AC in the hostel, and I was a person who was habitual to using AC during summers when I was staying in Nasik. Plus there were a lot of bed bugs in my hostel, and I think that was one of the most horrendous moments of my life, because I am very scared of all these insects as well, and I think staying with bed bugs for a week or so was just terrible. And I was just talking to my dad, and I was telling him that I just want to come back to Nasik. I can't survive in this kind of environment. And he explained me that if you're just going to quit this way, you're not going to survive in the future. And therefore we just got pest control done in our hostel, and somehow we were able to get rid of all the bed bugs which were there in the hostel. So of course it's very difficult to survive all these situations, but at the same time it's very important that you're able to tackle all these small challenges, because all these are small problems, and once you're able to solve these kind of problems, it's going to make you more curious in terms of solving other bigger problems in your life. After moving to Mumbai, I realized that there's a lot of independence which I've gained in terms of, let's say, paying your own rent, buying the entire furniture for your house, arranging for a cook or a maid who's going to clean the house, who's going to cook food for you. You have to do n number of hassles in terms of settling and staying away from your parents so that you can understand how to become independent. If you're just going to stay with your parents, then you're going to get spoon-fed, and that's one of the most dangerous things which you should avoid, according to me. And you know what, like once I moved in, I was able to pay all the rent, etc. from my own money itself. And that is where apps like Cred comes into picture. You can pay all your electricity bills, utility bills. You get a credit-free period of 45 days in order to do your payments. You can pay all your FASTag payments and even the loan repayments as well. Well, on top of this, you also can get mega rewards, like you can get 100% cashback on your rent. You can also win an iPhone, iPad or MacBook, and you can also get a 2-day trip to destinations like Maldives. And not only that, you can get all your complimentary insurance on all your electronic appliances at your home as well. Well, Cred has your back. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link given in the description box and download the Cred app right now and join this exclusive community of the top 1% people of our Indian economy. So coming back to the topic, all I'm trying to say is that once you step out of your comfort zone and once you're moving away from your own house or from your own parents, it's very important for you to understand that you're going to become independent and you're going to take decisions of your own in your own life. And it's very important that you stop consulting your parents for each and every small piece of advice. Otherwise, you'll become dependent on them, and when they aren't available, you won't be able to take decisions by your own self. So you need to understand that you take your own decisions after a point of time and stop consulting your parents for each and every small decision. And not only that, when you're at home or when you're spending time with your parents, you won't realize that most of your time goes into spending with them. I'm not saying that you shouldn't spend time with your parents, but all I'm trying to say, you should also spend time in activities which are adding value in your life. And when you're in your hometown, you're in your shell, and a lot of time is wasted in unproductive things. Like let's say you're watching some television, you're watching some series, or let's say you're just wasting your time on social media, and that you don't realize because you're just sitting at home idle and you're not able to think continuously. If you're moving out of your comfort zone, if you're moving in a new place completely, you get to meet a lot of people, you get to understand mindset of different people, and most importantly, you get a lot of freedom to think about new ideas, discuss with your friends, and ultimately you can start up or maybe start your own venture discussing with one of your friends itself. That can happen at any time of the day. So like you get to discuss all these things once you step out of your comfort zone, and that's very, very important. When you're staying with your parents, it's like you have to spend time with them, and as Kunal had also stated in one of his interviews, you're exploited the most out of your parents in almost all the conversations because you talk to them on a regular basis. It's high time that you start networking and talking to new people each and every day and understand what they are trying to build, what problem they are trying to solve, so that even you get to know that what ideas you're discussing, whether it makes sense or not. So just last week I was discussing a couple of ideas with few of my folks in terms of what could be a good startup idea if you want to start up something of your own. I was just discussing few ideas, let's say like building some Bumble or Tinder platform for flatmates, whoever wants to find a flat in, let's say, Mumbai, Nasik, or any tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 city, whether we can build that sort of a platform. Or one idea which struck my mind was that whether you can build some application or some social media platform where people who are interested in some sectors like fintech, edtech, or any other topic can instantly interact with each other over a period of just seconds. So building a platform of like-minded people where we can see if that person is interested into this sector, and if he or she is online, you can instantly talk to him or her. Building some social media platform like this, or let's say something in the gig economy, because gig economy is also going to increase, and let's say organizing the entire market of drivers, servants, office workers, etc. on a platform and bringing them on the table in terms of hiring them. So creating a hiring platform for these gig economy workers as well. I was just trying to brainstorm some of the ideas, but of course there are challenges with all these ideas which I've mentioned. Once you start discussing these ideas with a couple of smart folks from any of the university or college, it's like you also get to understand what they are thinking, what are the challenges, what are the questions which they are asking to you, so that you can test your own idea which you want to ultimately build in the future. So this is one of the best methods in order to test your idea. Just talk to a lot of people, ask them whether you think that this idea can be successful or not, and ask them what are the challenges. If he or she is the end customer, ask him or her whether you're going to use this product or not, and that's one of the best tests in order to test whether your startup will work or not. So meet these kind of people, talk to them. You can only do this once you stay out of your comfort zone, meet a lot of people, stay away from your parents for some amount of time, become independent and start taking your own decisions. Once you start to become independent, you're going to become king of your own life very easily. If you're just going to remain in that small shell itself, you never would be able to grow in your life, and there'll be some or the other person who will be controlling your life. So go out of this shell. Don't let anyone control your life. You're the king of your own life, and therefore try to think out of the box, come up with something new, discuss some new ideas, some hot topics which are trending in the industry with some smart folks, and then you're definitely going to have that mindset of building something big or just growing as a person day by day. So just as an example, I recently moved to a new house in Lodha Park in Worli itself. It's on rent, of course, and I had to go to IKEA to buy all the furnitures, almost the table, curtains, wardrobe, etc. And then you realize that these are some of the things which you've never done when you were at your home, because this was all ready-made, right? So once you move out of your comfort zone, you have to do all these things on your own, and then you get to understand the value your parents have done to you. And until and unless you don't move out, you won't realize the value or the support which your parents have done for you, and therefore you won't be able to give them back in terms of making them proud by doing or building something big. And when I just moved in here to this new house, for those 2 or 3 days when I was trying to settle in, of course I didn't know anyone in this building as well, so it was a little tough for me in order to just settle and do all the things sorted. But once it was done, it was as if I've become independent now, and I would be able to do all these things once I move out anywhere in the world or even in India. So this was the confidence which I got after moving in here and becoming independent. So all in all, I'm just trying to say that stay away from your parents for some amount of time, become independent, understand their value which they've given to you, understand all the support which they've given, the sacrifices which they have done, and ultimately you can give them back by achieving something, building something, or making them proud. And that's the ultimate objective of life which you should have. So I hope this video was useful for all of you. If you do like this video, share it with all your friends and subscribe to my channel so that I can create more videos for all of you. And don't forget to download the Cred app by clicking on the link given in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.